but it just felt like a really good way to tell the story. So we thought that using a documentary, we could tell a story in a kind of slightly unusual way, rather than it being a narrative that we had to take this person through. So I think we saw similarities with Simon Wetherby and people, characters like Walter White from Breaking Bad, and we wanted to think how great that series was at making you feel sympathetic towards this character, even though you knew what he was doing was completely wrong. So we just wanted to kind of try that, but through a documentary. So one of the areas of psychology that I'm particularly interested in is social constructionism. So how we socially construct our world. So we tend to have an assumption that we understand what's going on. But what you realise when you look at it closely is that actually everybody's got a different opinion of what's going on. So what is reality? If you think about something like Brexit or Donald Trump or lots of different issues like that, people will take the same event and will interpret it in a very different way. So we make sense of the world based around our prejudices, our assumptions, our background, our history, and we kind of construct it. So we come to believe in a set of truths about the world which are not necessarily the same for somebody else. And this is a source of a lot of argument and disagreement and a lot of scratching of heads, because we can't understand how somebody else can come to a different conclusion. But it's because of this process of construction. So we wanted to do this with Dissonance. We felt that it was an interesting way of telling the story through these characters that you never got to see, but at the end of it you felt you knew quite well, and particularly Simon, who I suppose is the main character. We thought that he was, if we could make him real, if he could really feel real to the audience, then we'd accomplish something, because you never get to see him. So the only way you can understand Simon is through the stories of his patients, of his family, of other professionals who obviously commentate on him. So we thought that was quite an interesting way of building a character. So Simon is, we only know about Simon through what the characters say, and we think that the way the characters do that actually paints quite a good picture of him, and it makes him into something. We have what we call an interview booth, and we interview people before the show starts about Simon. So tell us what you think about Simon, and then they watch the film, and then we get them back again and they tell us what they think now. Because one of the challenges for us, I suppose one of the exciting things for us, was, can we change people's minds, or at least can we put doubt in their minds about what they think about this man? So one of the things that we are doing with Dissonance, and we want to do with other Evil Sheep productions, is we want to put lots of information out there about these characters. So if you go onto our Facebook page, you'll see lots of stuff about Simon, and you start to get a drip, so you start to kind of already know this story before you get to the film. So by the time that our audience gets to the premiere, we're hoping that they'll have seen lots of stuff about Simon. They'll already have some opinions about him. So they will tell us what they think, really, in the interview booth. Then they get to watch the film, and we'll see whether we've made any impact upon their thinking. In a way, it doesn't matter if we don't change their mind, but it'd be interesting to see if some have at least changed some way of what they were thinking about Simon. So the interactive element is in the interview booth. We then screen live, or just after they've done the interviews, we screen it into the cinema itself, so everybody gets to see it straight away. So that's quite exciting. So they get to see their faces on screen, and they're then part of the cinematic experience. So we really wanted to get people involved in that way.